No, I forget. I'm sorry. Can somebody refresh my memory?
We were discussing how to address that we have 3 openings. We have a parent opening, we have a teacher opening, and a student opening.
Yes, and we were going to talk about if we wanted to do an election this year or have a bylaw amendment to just appoint for the year.
Ricky, do you have any thoughts on that?
If we have an appointment, because as we stand now, even though our bylaws have passed tonight and we're in compliance right now, we still have 3 open seats. You were saying we have the parent, the student, and the teacher. So is it cool that if I make a movement right now to appoint those 3 seats by the next meeting, which is September 17th, so that those 3 appointments could try us on and then still have regular elections in the spring? Sorry, Doreen, you're muted.
Sorry, so you state that? That's what I'd like you to do. Thank you. Sorry, Ricky, can you say that again?
Appoint those 3 open seats, the teacher, student, and parent, by September 17th, and have them still participate in the elections if they still would like to continue in the spring. Or would be out of compliance if we did that as our bylaws stand.
Out of compliance.
Okay, sorry to laugh.
So
we could amend the bylaws to state that, and then we wouldn't be out of compliance if that's what we wanted to do.
What if 3 people just showed up and said, hey, we're filling these seats for you on the 17th of September? Would that be out of compliance? Sorry, I know we're live.
Then you vote them in?
Yeah, we could bring the amendments to the next meeting and then approve it and then vote the 3 new guests who are then members, right?
Well, we wouldn't have, I don't think we would have to amend the bylaws, if we proceeded to have the elections and then, put it out there and did our elections.
But if we did the elections, like Carrie said, we might as well just do it for all that were supposed to be done in May.
I'm watching Doreen's face.
What I'm thinking with Ricky's saying, Ricky, I'm going to speak for you for a second. What you're saying is 3 people, they happen to be 1 teacher, 1 parent, 1 student. We haven't touched the bylaws at all. They just happen to show up on the 19th of September, and then you guys happen to hold the election or elect them at that time. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
The election language in the bylaws do show a lot of marketing for the seats. There's a little bit more flexibility of the language of vacancies, but the vacancy insinuates that somebody has left their current position.
That's what happened last year. So maybe we're saying it's a vacancy. I think that's good clarification. Can you pull that up again, Chrislyn, so we can see that part?
And don't we have to have a non-voting member count votes when we vote?
Not if it's a vacancy.
You doing okay, Carrie?
Kristen, can you pull that up? The vacancy, please. Or
That's a really good point. I could read it too.
okay.
Oh, no, sorry, I was on mute. Carrie and Julianne there's an alarm going on right now. It was for yesterday or 5 o'clock. Let me pull this up so everyone can read. Apologize for the sound in the background. Let me give me one more minute.
Someone wants it read out loud. I can read it out loud. I mean, I am sitting outside, but it's not a fire alarm.
Should you guys be leaving the building? I'm just kidding.
It's a test.
I'm gonna say that the next fire alarm.
It's just a test. It's a test, but they should have told us. So I'll let those guys know tomorrow.
H, vacancy. We would not be out of compliance if those 3 came to our meeting and said, hey, what's up? Will you accept us? And we'll appoint them. That would be cool.
Okay, perfect.
So, but yes, they would still have to participate in the elections, right? In the spring, because they're filling their interim style.
Potential. Let's just fill the vacancies and then we can address that at another time. Yeah.
Yes. No, you don't have to address it later. Yes. So if there is a vacancies that's filled, they continue until that term is over, and then they would have to run if they wanted to continue.
So we just have to make sure we have a quorum next month.
With 3
We
friends.
have a quorum now.
Yes. You have a quorum now, you have a quorum next month, then you can nominate and fill those seats, those vacancies.
So this is Doreen. I'll be working on the teacher piece of it. And then if you guys can help with parent and student, I can help with student as well, or Crystal.
Yeah, Crystalline, maybe you can have the high school community counselors seek out a student. Maybe not at service.
Right. And then I was going to say Nishay and Angela, do you have friends? But we probably should ask other high schools as well. So thank you. You guys have other friends from other places, so.
I'll work on talking to Emily. She's in 10th grade now.
Well, there you go. That's perfect. Thank you. Okay, we're good. So next on the agenda, are you guys still have alarms, Chrislyn? You're on mute.
It just stopped, so that's good. I think we're okay now. Okay, so we had covered, and let me pull this up again. Sorry, excuse my juggling of all the slides here. It's a lot different when you're hosting. I see some, I think I see some chat, but I'll pull that up in a bit. Let me go ahead and pull the agenda up. Okay, wait. Sorry, I have a lot of things open right now. I should have closed them down. Okay, to my knowledge, we have gone through all of the agenda items. There is, here we go. Really, I'm a technical person. Move you guys over there. work. Hopefully you can see the agenda.
So it looks like we're looking for a motion to adjourn.
Or we can go back to needs.
Do we have to follow this agenda or can we just jump right into the needs?
We said we would jump back anyway in needs. So I think if anyone has needs, now is a good time. We can't hear you, Shannon.
Ricky.
Oh, yeah, I had 2 needs, and I informed the committee that I'd be working on these 2 needs this fiscal year, but the work is going to change because of COVID. The first project I was going to be working on was the 2nd annual Indigenous Educator Administrator Meet and Greet. We had one at the Ed Center Atrium on Tuesday, April 23rd from 4:30 to 6, and we had 12 people show up. And Crystal, and you're one of them. I saved the sign-in sheet right here. And collaborated with the Human Civil Rights Committee, the teachers union, and they provided the pizza and the beverages for us. So this is something I'll work on because an attendee said it was the first one in approximately 20 years that she's attended. So I'll continue working on that COVID style, though. I'll have to change how it's going to work. In addition to a picket idea that I had back a few months ago, where I shared on social media, Native Lives Matter. There's a doctor holding one. HCR, Human Civil Rights, NEA, the teachers union, missed on the murdered and missing Indigenous women's movement. That was the first week of May. We also missed a few other events because of COVID, but it's something that I was going to work on. To the extent of like picket signs that say things like "Thank you for not stereotyping," or mine would read "Puliana for not stereotyping me," and I'd wear my school clothes there because I dress in khakis and a dress-up shirt usually here at school. But something to that effect in October, and I know October is kind of chilly, so it would be different. And I don't know how COVID's going to look like in Anchorage in October. So maybe picketing in October isn't going to be a good idea anyway. So those are 2 the needs that I'm going to continue working on that I told you back in the spring. I'll continue working on that here in the fall.
Ricky, would that annual educator meet and greet, would that just be restricted to Anchorage, or are you thinking about expanding to our network of educators across the state?
We could reach out to across the state, especially now since at this point it needs to be digital. So that's still a possibility, but it was originally intended for our district only. But since it's digital and Zoom can host hundreds, so we could reach out to other districts.
And would this also include support staff and our paraprofessionals?
It wasn't intended to because it was geared towards educators and administrators. And so our counselors, I just knew Ralph Elick was a counselor, so I reached out to him. And there was a few other staff I don't remember, like Jeanette LeClaire maybe. But this event was intended for certificated staff. So there is opportunity for growth by inviting classified staff and opening up to the rest of the state.
Okay. The only reason why I suggest that is many of our paraprofessionals, that is a direct avenue as recruitment and retention for becoming educators. I started out in Title VI, and that helped me propel myself forward in as a teacher.
I'm looking forward to our culture boxes. And if we need help, I can help whatever that looks like on setting up kits. Well, if there's no other discussion, I make a motion to adjourn our meeting.
I second.
It has been motioned and seconded to adjourn our meeting. Is there any discussion? Hearing no discussion, I call the vote. All those in favor, please vote.
Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? That carries. Our Title VI NAC Advisory Committee meeting for Thursday, August 20th, 2020 is ending at 7:48 p.m.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Jack. Thank you, Dave,
Thank you.
on the recording.
As on the Winterberry side, we have a new physical ed teacher. Here we call it movement. Our previous teacher did not receive the NYO kit, but our replacement said it's called something different now.
Arctic Winter Games.
Yes. So our new one found a kit somewhere, and I forget where she found it, but she is bringing it here to our school tomorrow.
Good.
For the spend down, can we try to get more of those kits for schools for when we're able to open back up?
The health and PE department is actually working on that. There are funds. So I think there were kits for